Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I have another multi-item sorter, and this one was majorly inspired by my friend Brandon over on his server. Super cool, you should go check him out. His Discord link will be in my bio, or in the description of my bio. But I stole most of the deco from him. Everything else though is pretty much different. The layout is kind of the same, but whatever. Yeah, so we can get straight into it. So this is a multi-item sorter. So you have your input, overflow, and your one-way table multi-item sorter right here, along with a bulk file here where you can access the shulker box that is getting loaded via this big mess. It's actually not a mess, but yeah, it's a modified design of Oriole's box loader. So you have that up here at the top, and then on the bottom you have a snow display by, I forget exactly who it's by, but it's by somebody, and it's very nice. It's one of the nicest displays I've ever worked with. No problems with it yet. I've used it for quite some time. I know it's reliable, so yeah. Okay. You have the bulk loaders, you have the multi-item sorter, and you have an unstackable sorter over here. This is Command Leo's fully hopper locked and stackable sorter. It is very nice, very sexy, and very tiny. I added a little clock to it to the top that lets you just whenever you put an item in, it unlocks everything, along with the loaders down here. Okay. Yeah, so we can kind of get straight into it. I'm just going to explain kind of how everything works. It's pretty self-explanatory, but it could take some like getting used to, but it's interesting how it works. So here you have your input. So you can put in boxes, items, whatever the hell you want in here. And if you want to speed up the processing of items, just throw all the items in here. And once it reaches signal strength, I believe 6 or higher, it'll break it automatically. Or unless it only has one item in it and you want to send that to the storage, you can just press this no block and it will break the shulker if there's at least one item in there. You have your restack station here to refill the dispenser. And over here, you have overflow or unsorted of the multi-item sorter. In the back here, you can see the redstone. Down here, this is the input I designed. It's actually really reliable. I tested it for a long ass time, and it is super, super nice. So what it does is it splits boxes and items. Items get sent directly down into this dropper elevator where they're sent up, sent to a unstackable sorter, and then into an item batcher where they're then sent away to the storage. If it is a shulker, however, it will get sent to a little tiny buffer, and then it will get sent into your shulker encoder. Yep. And then those items from the shulker encoder will get sent down into a dropper elevator up through the same thing the items got through. When the items come out, they will get sent through this little system here, which will sort them from the filter items, as you can sign. That just makes sure that, you know, whenever they're going through the storage system, you aren't having these items here go through the storage. And I know there's going to be one person out there that goes, ooh, what happens if you fill both barrels completely filled up with items? Well, then, officially, you're fucked. I'm sorry. I don't know why you do that, but don't. So the path that the items follow, regardless of anything, is they'll go up here, through the bulk, down here, into this, which this is basically just a safety thing, because when you run the multi-item sorter for a long enough period of time, it will actually fill up this chest almost completely, and that will begin to hold all of these. So the reason you need all these is to make sure that it doesn't get overrun, which is actually extremely important, or else you just have items looping here or just despawn, which isn't great, I'm going to be honest. And that is a flaw with this. I'm going to retake a schematic. I take the schematic for this. I placed like 3 glass blocks as we started talking. Yep. So basically, if items continue to cycle the stream for long enough, it will actually activate this pulse extender and let the player know by flashing this light that the multi-item sorter is overloaded with items. That doesn't really mean anything. It might just go away in a few seconds. It isn't really that big of a deal, but if it happens over and over again, you might want to just slow down the amount of items you're putting through it. But yeah, one-way table multi-item sorter by Datnerd. Pretty nice, very reliable. I've used it before. Everyone else has used it before. Whatever, you've seen it a million times before. Item assignment is pretty versatile, so you can take a look at the item assignment down here. There are a bunch of signs telling you where everything is. I did do the item assignment myself, so it could be missing like a couple items, maybe. But I checked it over. I ran a bunch of boxes through it. Nothing ever got missed. And there's something good. I went back and fixed it, so it should be reliable. But you know, like here, it doesn't really matter how much wool you have in these chests. It just is. Um, as long as it's below 64, you should be fine. I don't know why there's so many in there. Probably just for me putting in the item assignment. Here you have beacons. So these beacons turn green when the system is activated. So I can actually show that here. So beacons turn green when the system is on, and they turn red when the system is off. There's a book here if you're a little confused that lets you know everything, all the credits and stuff, but whatever. Over here, you have shulker box storage, so all the shulker boxes that you send through the system will go here. They'll all be empty, of course. Here you have your lockers for all the different players on the server, or just like material collecting for whatever. And bulk overflow is for if one of these slices completely fills up. If this box fills up again, it'll get sent down to that slice. You have displays here for just generic items, so I have them filled up with just some stuff. It's not, fantastic, but I like the way it looks, and it's just clean, so whatever. There's an expansion hallway over here, so you can just run this hallway off. You can change the deco around. Like furnace array and stuff here. I was going to add a furnace array right here, but I just thought, because, it doesn't really matter. The player can choose what they want and what they don't want. It's fine. This thing is chunk loaded, so we have pumpkin loaders up here. Pretty nice, reliable, yada yada yada. The input system is actually one of the most time-consuming parts that I spent for this entire thing. It took so long to get this thing as reliable as it is right now, and I am now realizing that it's not reliable because I forgot some stuff. Okay, whatever. It's fine. I'll take the schematic again. No big deal. Yeah, it is all working. I promise I tested it. That's from me doing something earlier. It is mostly hopper locked too, so all these hoppers in the back here are completely locked. One of the hoppers up here are locked. Over here in the bulk is almost completely locked. I think there's like 2 or 3 hoppers, one hopper that's unlocked per slice, maybe? Yeah, 1 hopper per slice that's unlocked. Oh no, 2. But they both have compost rooms on top, so it's pretty nice. And the obviously fully hopper unlocked stack was ordered, that's fully hopper locked. You'll see a lot of these clocks. So I switched to these clocks just because they're tinier and they're more reliable than the other ones I was using. The other ones I used had a lot of dust and a lot of target blocks and everything, and this one's just dead simple and it's cute, so whatever. Everything is reliable. I tested it for a long time, so no worries about anything not working or breaking. But yeah, if anyone does come across any problems, just let me know and I'll update the schematic with said problem. You can have me on Discord if it's really a concern, but I don't think it should be. So besides that, I'm not really too sure there's much else to go over. It's pretty straightforward to build. I haven't built it in survival, obviously, but it's just very standard storage tech. It shouldn't be too challenging to build up. The only thing that will be challenging is the multi-item sorter, but if you've built the multi-item sorter before, those things, they're annoying to build, but they work out in the end. Yeah, I have 2 schematics and a world download in the description. The world download will be for this world that I am in right now, with the nether side hooked up with the chunk loaders if you need help knowing how to do that, along with everything else. Not anything else, just this. And then I'll have 2 Litmatics, one for the nether side and one for the overworld side, which will basically just be this, and then one on the other side. If you don't want chunk loading, I'm not going to add a separate schematic for it. Just break from this piston up, all this, and then don't do another side. It's really not that hard. I don't think it should be. If you need any help with this, hey, I'm open. Join our Discord server in the description, HazeTechs Discord, and I'll be willing to help you out there. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to comment. I said this a million times, but yep. Thanks for watching, and yeah, have a good day. Bye.